Graduation season arriving, we're approaching the end of the high school sports season. This week, the last remaining softball team from the Panhandle saw its season come to an end, and both of the remaining baseball teams took losses in Game 1 of their respective regional final series. Today it's Game 2, and both teams, Gruver in 2A and Nazareth in 1A, have their backs up against the wall, needing not one but 2 wins today to keep their seasons alive and punch their ticket to the state semifinal series. Plainview, Texas plays host to the Greyhounds today, going up against the Stamford Bulldogs. Talk about a dogfight. Stamford handed Gruver just its second loss of the season on Thursday, a game decided by just a single run. They lead by 1 run in the bottom of the first today. Alec Hernandez on the mound looking to keep it that way, and he does. A strikeout for the righty. We'll take you now later in the inning where the bases are loaded with a full count, and this is exactly what you want if you're a Greyhound. Outside pitch, ball 4, that's a walk, and Briggs Satterfield can jog home to put his team on the board for the first time today. A little bit later, still tied in the 3rd inning now. Caston Vega makes contact. It goes right over the pitcher's head, straight into center field. Braden Jimenez turns on the Jets from second base, rounds third. He's coming all the way home with a slide. Stanford retakes the lead 2-1. And it became a pitcher's duel after that. Levi Valencamp with an infield grounder. Gruver fields at 6-4-3. A double play for the Greyhounds. That keeps Stanford from putting another crooked number on the board, but the Greyhounds wouldn't be able to either. 2-1, the final, and Gruver's season comes to an end with a record of 21-3. Congratulations to the Greyhounds on their historic year. And I say year because it wasn't just one season of greatness for the Greyhounds. They were one of 2 Panhandle teams to reach the state semifinal in football, finishing with a record of 14-1. Then in boys basketball, they were undefeated for the majority of the year, finishing as regional finalists with a mark of 19-2. And of course in baseball, falling today to finish the season at 21-3. With all that winning, they were the only Panhandle school to make the regional final in all 3 of those sports. And being a 2A school, all 3 teams were comprised of many of the same athletes. Their final cumulative record is a whopping 54-6. Perhaps even more impressive than that, though, only 1 of their 6 losses in 60 total games played came outside of the playoffs. A much more high-scoring game for the only other team in the Panhandle still playing. 31 combined runs scored between Nazareth and Hamlin. The Swifts take the win in Game 2 over in Lamesa. This comes after Hamlin won Game 1 19-4 earlier this week. For those counting, that's 54 total runs scored across both games. Reed Bacchus led Naz today in Game 2 with a game-high 5 RBIs. Bacchus, Zane Schulte, and Breck Proctor batted in 11 of the Swifts' 17 runs. Schulte led them on the mound, pitching just over 4 innings with 4 strikeouts. Hamlin scored 5 in the bottom of the 9th in a comeback effort, but fell short, which forced a pivotal winner-go-home Game 3. And it was a tight game until the 6th inning when they were delayed due to severe weather, tied at 5 apiece, and Hamlin just exploded right after the delay. 7 runs in the 6th, 2 more in the 7th for 9 total unanswered. They're moving to the state semifinal against Gordon, which means Nazareth's season comes to a close. The Swifts finished it with a record of 21-5.